What's up, guys? Bootleg, I like your idea of going back and responding to the responses. It's good. So this is just going to be a little quick video, I think, like on just a couple things that I noticed that I hadn't already addressed in previous videos. The first one is, I know you talked about Catholics and thinking that that's actually a pagan religion. Now, I've heard the argument that you made, about Mary and saints and, idols and all that shit. As a Catholic, I heard that, several times throughout my life and responded to it, different ways depending on my education and experience at that point in time. So I want to try and defend that. I don't personally believe in the faith anymore, but I do kind of want to defend that point. It's not that we are praying to them, like saying, Mary, wow, you have all this power, It's more like, how like when you ask, like if any other denomination, you go up to the priest, and you say, hey, can you mention, during the mass or, whatever point, you would recognize people who are sick or, just in need of the community's prayers, could you mention this person? Basically, what Catholics are doing is that we are asking Mary to pray for us to God. So, or I guess technically just ask, if she's there, just be like, hey God, help this kid out, or help this person out. Same with the saints. We see these people as being as individuals who have lived by, what God has wanted them to do, or interacted with God's agents, directly, whatever. There's tons of saints, and they're all saints for different reasons. But the reason is that we think that they're individuals who are in heaven and that have a close relationship to God. And basically all we're asking, it's almost as if those people were still alive, and we're just asking them to say a prayer for for us or the person, that we want, the prayer said for. It's not that we're saying, please with your almighty powers, help us. It's just, hey, we think that, you were a great person in your life, who lived their life, by God's decree. Can you pray for us? So I don't know if maybe that changes your idea of it a little bit, or if you already understood that. But I know that a lot of the people, and I'm not saying you, but and I know a lot of people who make that argument about Roman Catholicism don't understand that's what we're doing. They think that we are literally praying to Mary, for her to use her holy powers, and that's not it. It's basically like we're using them. I don't want to say like as an intermediate, but like it's like, can you use some of your influence? We can make the case here, but it might help the case if you also, we're on our side. That's all it is. I know the other thing you mentioned was about people making money off war. There's a really good movie I saw way back in the day. I think it's called Lord of War. It's got Nicolas Cage in it. I thought it was an excellent movie. He's a arms dealer in that movie, and it basically goes throughout his life of being an arms dealer and all the crazy kind of shit that happens to him and the things that you see. And I think it's a great movie. Especially about the South African. I know that he deals with like a South African dictator at for several different points in the movie. So I'd highly recommend that. It was just a good movie anyway. The other thing, creationism v. evolution. I don't think that creationism should be taught in school, because I'm personally of the opinion that it's theology, it's not science. If you want your kid to get theology, send them to a private school that is run by a religious institution of your pick. Send them there. Don't force that to be taught to kids who that's not what they're signing up for. They're signing up for a general education in mathematics and writing, in English, in history, and in science. Don't send them. Don't shove religion down their throat. There's a guy who I wanna plug here because he has a really good video series called "Why Do People Laugh at Creationists?" His name's Thunderfoot. If you haven't seen him, really smart guy. His only beef, to my knowledge, with religion is that it hinders science. Via the persecution, not necessarily too much anymore, but, as it has. And I guess he still would make the argument that it is. His name's Thunderfoot, really, really, really smart guy. I highly suggest watching that series. I believe he addresses that. If I remember correctly, I saw the video series a long time ago. But I think either, some schools tried to do creationism, or one way or another got to the Supreme Court, and I think the Supreme Court laughed at it and said, no, this can't be taught, not in public schools. I think, watch the video series. I know it gets addressed in there. But subscribe to him. He's a really smart guy. Really cool guy to watch. I think I'll wrap it up for this one. So take it easy. I've got a awards dinner later tonight. I apparently at some point won Student of the Month through my university, and have a banquet tonight where I'm up for Student of the Year. I have no idea. I got an invitation last week, so I'm going to be going to that later. So might try to get to another vid, might not. Also have some papers and some finals I got to get working on. This week coming up is finals week, so I'll be kind of busy, but I'm going to try and, make some video responses, keep the discussion going. So take it easy, guys.